Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rich Bradley, President of the Board of Public Service. This is the regular meeting of the Board of Public Service for Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. This is a public meeting and there are no lettings or no hearings today. So I will ask that only members of this board be allowed to speak unless recognized by myself or the secretary. At this time, I'll ask the secretary to please call the roll.
Director Days. Director Flake.
Present.
Director Hayes. Director Patel.
Present.
Director Pearson. President Bradley.
Present, we have a quorum. I'll call this meeting to order.
Regular business from the president. Recommendation that approval be given as follows. Abstract of proposals received on April 22nd, 2025 for the Public Works as advertised under letting number 8786. Relocation of airfield maintenance and snow removal equipment facilities at St. Louis Lambert International Airport. The lowest responsible bid was received from Wright Construction Services, Inc. for $114,920,000, and it is recommended that it be given preliminary approval. Plans and specifications for letting number 8791, St. Louis Air Cargo Pavement Reconstruction at St. Louis Lambert International Airport at an estimated cost of $2,600,000 to be paid from ordinance number 71657. PSA number 1297, Traffic Management Phase 7, South Broadway from Marceau to Carroll Street with George L. Crawford and Associates, Inc., doing business as CBB for the maximum agreement amount of $1,176,071. Supplemental Agreement Number 1 to PSA number 1292, Program Management and Construction of the Consolidated Terminal Program with One STL LLC in the amount of $3,600,000. This supplemental agreement is amended to modify the scope of work and is authorized by various ordinance numbers to be submitted as task orders are issued. Supplemental Agreement Number 11 to PSA number 1252, Testing and Inspection of Materials for Various Landside Construction Projects. St. Louis Lambert International Airport with Geotechnology LLC in the amount of $2,000. This supplemental agreement is amended to modify the scope of work and is authorized by various ordinance numbers to be submitted as task orders are issued. From the Office of Special Events, request for the following to be approved, subject to certain conditions. There are 10 special events to be declared as festival zones. Manchester Bike Bash will take place on Manchester between Sarah and Kentucky on August 2nd from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. Setup and teardown will begin on August 2nd at 9 a.m. and end on August 3rd at 3 a.m. Oktoberfest at Soulard Market will take place at Soulard Market Park on October 10th from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and October the 11th from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Setup and teardown will begin on October 6th at 8 a.m. and end on October 13th at noon. Gospel Fest will take place on Page between Prairie and Evans on August 2nd from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Setup and teardown will begin at 7 a.m. and end at 6 p.m. Great Rivers Greenway 25th anniversary will take place at Forest Park on September 15th from 4:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Setup and teardown will begin at 9 a.m. and end at 11:30 p.m. Oil of God Ministry Community Street Festival will take place at 4300 Gayno between Carter and West Florissant on August 9th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Setup and teardown will begin at 7 a.m. and end at 7 p.m. Story Time in the Commons, Be My Neighbor Day, will take place on Olive between North Spring and North Grand on September 6th from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Setup and teardown will begin at 7 a.m. and end at 1 p.m. Moonlight Ramble will take place on Lake Drive between Loughborough and Holly Hills on August 9th from 7 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Setup and teardown will begin on August 9th at 2 p.m. and end on August 10th at 3 a.m. Baton Festival will take place on North Broadway between Bittner and Baton on August 2nd from 12 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Setup and teardown will begin at 10:30 a.m. and end at 5:30 p.m. Greater St. Louis, Inc. Keener Summer Nights concerts will take place on South Lenore K. Sullivan between Popular and East Bridge on July 26th, August 2nd, August 16th, August 23rd, and August 30th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Setup and tear down will begin at noon and end at 10 p.m. on each event date. Freedom Arts Expo will take place on Lee between North Grand and Peck on August 2nd from noon to 3 p.m. Setup and tear down will begin at 10 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. From the Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the board declares as emergency action for the following: CR Distributive Pump 1 SEL Relay Conversion. Work includes maintaining existing electrical infrastructure as well as responding to address issues with treatment equipment and facilities. The estimated cost of this work is $30,410. Labor, parts, and equipment for the replacement of Pump 2 hydraulic actuator at the Chain of Rocks Water Treatment Plant. The estimated cost of this work is $15,000. From the Directors of Public Utilities, Streets, Human Services, and Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, joint recommendation that the following be approved. Request by Great Rivers Greenway for public improvement at 500 Chestnut Street. The project consists of site improvement to Kena Plaza, specifically focusing on two main areas, the Shade Garden and the Oval Lawn. Improvements to the Shade Garden includes replacing the crushed aggregate plaza with precast concrete pavers and upgrading the subsurface, removing existing trees and installing new shade trees with a subterranean modular soil containment system. New site furniture will also be installed. Improvements at the Oval Lawn include removing the existing soil mound to create a level surface and rebuilding of the soil profile with the subsurface draining infrastructure. Specimen trees along the perimeter will be removed and replaced, and new light fixtures will be installed. Both areas will receive irrigation system upgrades, electrical improvements, and additional site landscape elements. These modifications are designed to enhance drainage, usability, and overall site functionality. Directors of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following be approved, subject to certain conditions. Request by Union Electric doing business as Ameren, Missouri, to construct an Ameren Standard 2x14 MVA, 34 4 kV distribution substations with 34.5 kV switchgear, 2 underground 34.5 supplies, and 10 4 kV feeder positions at 2804 Magnolia Avenue. We have 7 conditional use permits from the Director of Public Safety.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. My name's Catherine Neiman, zoning plan examiner for the city, and I will be representing the building commissioner at today's meeting. Per board order number 766, transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval with conditions is recommended for 7 applications at 911 Locust Street, Unit 102, 4269 Norfolk Avenue, 4923 through 25 Dr. Martin Luther King Drive, 4300 Manchester Avenue, Unit C, 716 North Compton Avenue, 3925 Washington Boulevard, and 3707 Marine Avenue. Also, approval with conditions for 1 bed and breakfast at 3707 Marine Avenue. I request that these recommendations be approved as submitted.
Thank you, Catherine. Are there any questions or comments on today's conditional uses? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
I move that we approve the conditional uses as submitted.
Second.
Thank you, directors. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Days,
Aye.
Director Flake,
Aye.
Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Patel,
Aye.
Director Pearson.
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye, today's conditional uses are approved. Thank you. I'd like to turn your attention to our meeting minutes from last Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. Are there any questions or any comments on the meeting minutes as submitted? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
So moved. Second, Hayes.
Thank you, directors. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Days,
Aye.
Director Flake,
Aye.
Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Patel,
Aye.
Director Pearson,
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye, the meeting minutes are approved. Thank you. Today's agenda, are there any questions or comments on today's BPS meeting agenda items? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
Motion
So
to
moved,
approve.
Ed. Second.
Thank you. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Days,
Aye.
Director Flake,
Aye.
Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Patel,
Aye.
Director Pearson.
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye, today's agenda is approved. Before we adjourn, are there any questions or any comments from any of our board directors? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved, Hayes.
Second, Patel.
Thank you, directors. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, meeting adjourned. Thank you all. Have a great afternoon.